you don't really know. The only answer is you don't know if you can buy and sell on the Sabbath. Honestly, if this man died for picking up sticks.
Okay, so at the beginning of my statement, a long time ago when I first started, I said that the moral and the civil things apply. Picking up sticks, and I forgot what the first thing you brought up was. These things don't apply to anything morally. Okay, so no, I can't put them on nobody right now. I can't put you picking up sticks. That applied to them in the wilderness, because you never heard nothing about that ever again in Israelite history about a man gathering sticks and dying. There was whole groups of people buying and selling and doing all kind of stuff. It was about not doing laborious work. You're supposed to take one day out and not focus on yourself. We're in an age now where that's damn near impossible. It's almost impossible for a man or woman for 24 hours or 12 hours a day period to not focus on themselves. You know, we got so much going on. So I'm not putting all that on nobody. I'm putting the moral aspects on everybody. I'm talking about the moral compass. And I said that from the beginning. You know, I can't expect these ancient laws to apply today, and and everybody's gonna roll with that. I don't roll. I'm not putting that on. I'm not saying a man can't pick up some sticks. If you're cold and you're about to die and you need something, you don't have gas or whatever, and you need to start a fire and cook you something and eat, even if it's a Sabbath day. You know, the Most High does not want you to die. Now, who am I to add to that? Okay, you're right, but I'm the one that's saying I'm not putting that on nobody. I'm only putting the moral things. Don't be running around here raping and stealing and killing, and shedding innocent blood, let me say. Self-defense is cool, but I'm looking at everything from a moral standard. Not, you got to come with something different.
No, but what you're saying is good because I agree. That's my whole point. We can't live in modern times 100% by ancient standards. It's impossible, in my opinion. So I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to go there. What I will go to now is, okay, and I don't want to have to, I don't have to pull up the actual scriptures if we all agree, but I will. But from my understanding, and if y'all agree, we'll move forward. The act of adultery could possibly be punishable by death. I'm not saying that you had to be killed every time, but adultery could be punishable by death. Do you feel like adultery, the act of committing adultery, cheating on your wife or your husband, should that in any situation be a capital offense?
I'm gonna say no.
Should it be? Man. Boy. See, man, I'm too biased. I gotta say yes. We're talking about my society.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Coy go, and I'm gonna chime in on this one.
We gotta, in my society, man, I gotta deter men from doing that.
Listen.
It's really the man. It's not, it's the man. The woman could be flirting and doing whatever. It's the man commits adultery. See, I want everybody to hear this also, because adultery is not what folks think it is. It's a man sleeping with a married woman. See what I'm saying? So it's such a in the ancient Hebrew culture, a man had his option to have more than one wife. You didn't have to be messing with the next man's wife. So for you to be stepping out of line and doing that, and there's a chance that you might put a child in that woman and just disturb the whole lineage, that man and that woman had going on. That's just it's a terrible thing. So I'm gonna have to say, in order to deter men from doing that thing, they gotta go. The man and the woman gotta go. It's messed up. I know it's messed up, but I'm gonna have to stand on that one, brother Matt.
All right, Blackburn. Said adultery be a capital offense, brother? Trying to fix this lighting, man.
Okay. Here we go. based on today's society, yes. Um, I think it should. Uh, if you're living by these particular laws, yes, I do believe it should be.
Hey, calm down, man.
I believe it should be. And again, Corey, it's correct. The modern term for the adultery is your Christian term. It's not your Hebraic term. So, based on the Hebraic term, yes, I do believe, and it's obvious. It's obvious. And I think the Most High even said, in order not to pollute the land, there's no doubt about it that pollutes the land. It's very plain. It is very obvious. In 2020, America is especially Black America, is a culture without, Black America is a culture without solid home foundations. We would never be strong without a solid family. And I do believe that adultery is one of the things that breaks down the solid household, the solid community. This is the reason why, even in today's time, a very strong image is the man and the woman and the child. And there's literally been laws in place for us as a community so that wouldn't happen. So yes, I am. I do believe, and the thing about it is, I don't want you to think that this was going on at all times. Capital punishment, even in today's time, is not an easy thing. It takes a lot to put somebody down for capital punishment. And even in the biblical times, you couldn't just do it. Just because I thought my wife was cheating doesn't mean I can go and stone her. Even if I caught her cheating, I couldn't go stone her. It would have had to have been on the site of a witness into. In other words, this woman pretty much just left me and floating around with her new man. Or I'm just floating around with somebody's wife. Yes, I do believe that was something that should have been handled very harshly.
Okay. Ricky, did you want to chime in on that before I say something?
Can you get us and take him out there with you? Hey, you wanna go outside,
Yeah, man.
Bob?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't think you should kill a person just for a decision they made just to go, sleep with somebody else. Now, if they mess with little kids, kill them. If they messing with the elderly, kill them. But just because they want to go sleep around with somebody else, I don't think that's a punishable offense that's punishable by death. But we dealing with the Hebrews and their God, so I disagree. But that's where I stand.
Okay, so all right, let's go to this. And again, if I have to put up these scriptures, I will. But we talk a lot, so I think we agree on some of this. First, do y'all agree that it's a possibility that this could be a capital offense? I'm not saying this is what happens all the time, but I just want to deal with how extreme it could get. If a woman gets married and when she sleeps with her husband and she finds out, or he finds out, that she is not a virgin, right? That woman could possibly be killed. Do you guys think that if a woman is not a virgin when she gets married, that in any circumstance she should lose her life, bro? Like, think about what I'm asking, man.
No, not when you say it like that. No. For a man with daughters, no, I think there should be some justice shown. I mean, some mercy shown. But I don't want to try to get to explaining the law. So yeah, let me just say no.
Blackburn, Ricky, y'all want to chime in? I don't want to just hog the mic.
Again, man, I don't think that's a punishable offense by death. So I'm gonna have to disagree with it. That's just too much. You know, just because a woman wants to make that decision, that's not a reason to kill her. So I disagree with it. That's where I stand.
I disagree with it also. I don't think it's as cut and dry as you're making it. But yes, I do disagree. There's no way you could make the point that it means A, B, and C. It's nothing like that. And like Corey said, I'm not gonna get all into it, the details, but again, this is a society, a small society that was already established. So if they establish a society based on, you marrying a girl that's pure, I'm pretty sure that the daughters grew up knowing that. So to deliberately, because again, this boy supposed to find out this woman that he's marrying is not a virgin. So to deliberately do that, knowing that capital punishment is around the corner, no, I don't. There's no doubt that I believe, especially in that society, that was something that a bunch of girls were being put to death on. Well, actually, I know they wasn't being put to death on it. But again, that's we're not gonna get into the actual laws, but yes.
Okay, I want to bring this up too, because we're talking about applying the Torah laws from the ancient civilization to modern day. Now we know in modern day, right? And it may be a conspiracy theory, but I want to utilize this to explain the point. People may want to talk about these certain families or bloodlines that basically run the world, right? So in the Bible, hold on, hey, y'all hold it down, please, or close the door. In the Bible, we know that the priests were from a specific bloodline. You had to have a specific lineage to be a part of the priesthood. Anybody couldn't get in, on their own merit. You had to be born into it. So if we were to bring those kind of standards up today, do you guys feel like positions in society, especially important positions that make the decisions, do you think that those positions should be made based on your genealogy, or do you think those positions should be given out based on the individual's ability to effectively officiate that position? Like, do you think a judge should primarily be a judge because they come from a certain family? Or do you think the individual with the record, with the intelligence, with the education should be the judge? If y'all understand what I'm saying, ask me to elaborate, but I just want to throw that out there. Do you think some of these high positions of interpreting law and controlling society should be based on bloodline or an individual's intellectual capacity and their merit?
Let me say both. Okay. Just to stick with what the law already says. According to the law, the sons of Aaron was going to be priests. They were the ones that was going to minister in the temple, and that's just how that was going to be. Somebody can probably come and help out or something like that, but as far as actually being a high priest, holding that office, or being a king or whatever, as far as Judah was concerned, you would have to be from the tribe of Judah. As far as Judea or whatever was concerned, you'd have to be from the tribe of Judah. So I'm with that, but like Blackburn said, it's a small community, so that can work. It's not like the way it would sound if we're trying to make that apply worldwide. You see what I'm saying?
But that's what we're doing. We're talking about if we should bring this up to modern times. We see what the modern world looks like, And if we had these laws in modern times, but you answered it though, but I'm just explaining. Then we're talking about a particular bloodline holding the power, basically. But anybody else can jump in.
Yeah, I don't want to say power. I just want to say certain offices. And even though those offices apply to certain members of the family, they can screw up too and get their behind in trouble. You know, I don't want to make it seem like just because you Negroes can be the kings, y'all are not susceptible to punishment, because you can doggone sure get punished, just like the priest, just like the farmer or whoever. You know.
Put that down, Papa. That is the case in modern times. It goes on right now. There's literally no difference. Families rule, and they've been ruling since the beginning of time. So no, I don't see no issue with that.
Ricky, you want to chime in on that?
Yes, that's that. Can you hear me? Oh, was I breaking up?
Oh no, I thought you were finished. I was asking if Ricky wanted to jump in.
No, I'm gonna pass.
Okay, in today's world, right, we've been raised with a concept of discrimination, right? Discrimination is denying somebody something based on, age, race, religious creed, disabilities, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there are certain things in the Bible that an individual couldn't do if they had, blemishes. And we can discuss what a blemish might be, but some type of physical defect. Do you guys agree with discriminating on an individual's ability to perform a certain task if they have a physical blemish? Do you think that's okay in modern times to judge somebody based on that?
Yeah, sorry, brother. I had these children trying to get them situated. Ask that question one more time.
Okay. In modern times, do you think it's okay to discriminate on somebody because and not allow them to do certain tasks if they have a blemish?
A blemish? No. Yeah, like no. Like if they were mentally ill or had a deformity or something and they couldn't work. No, I don't believe in that.
Blackburn, do you agree with discrimination, brother?
He got a Garfield. Oh man, look like Blackburn in and out.
Yeah. What about you, Ricky? Are you okay?
I'm listening, man. Give me a second. Hold on.
Ask the question again.
Okay, in the Bible, there are certain things that I would classify as discriminatory practices, where an individual can't perform certain tasks if they have a blemish. Now, it goes into some detail about what those blemishes could be. It could be maybe a deformity of the hand or the foot, or certain types of scars or things like that. Do you think in modern society we should have laws against discrimination, or do you think that discrimination should be okay?
Man, modern society. I mean, I guess it depends on where you at. Here in America, we grow up free from that, so you can't discriminate on people like that. So I'm gonna have to say I disagree. But I mean, maybe somewhere else you can't be a priest with one eye and no teeth. I guess you gotta kind of look. What's the word I'm looking for? Presentable. So I think that law that they're talking about was they didn't want a priest to look unpresentable. So in their culture, that's what it was. But in mine and ours, I disagree with it. I mean, you got pastors with one, pastors who can't walk; they're on wheelchairs. You got pastors with missing limbs. It's okay here. To answer your question, no, I don't think that should be a law. I don't think so. But y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I think we went over that law before, and that meant that if you were a priest, you basically had to look presentable. You couldn't have no deformity.
What's up down there, Asher? He's trying to hide his backside.
Right. If you were a priest, something I don't want to lie to you, but I want to say if you're a priest or if you were to do certain duties, you couldn't. But you might be right. It might just have to do with priesthood, period.
Yeah, I think it had a lot to do with priests.
Lame or leper or whatever, mute, deaf, dumb, blind, basically.
Right.
And it has something to do with, the Bible says holiness, but it was about almost like perfection, That is kind of, I don't want to get too much into it because it really sounds discriminatory. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You're good with that. I see you, Pooh. All right.
Yeah.
I think Blackburn dealing with the children. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that a lot of these laws, that we see written are even in use today. So I mean, to answer your question about should laws are they still in use in modern times? That the answer is no. It's the laws that's practiced in modern times are basically just handpicked or just selected. I'm gonna do this law. I'm gonna live by this law. That one. Okay, we can't do that one. That one. That's how they do it. Because every law written, I don't believe that even your most solid Hebrew is gonna follow. You're not gonna kill your wife if she cheats on you. You're not gonna stone her. You're not gonna stone her because she lied and told you she was a virgin. You're not gonna tell on your brother if he sinned. I mean, it's a lot of these laws. They're just clearly just not gonna follow. And like Blackburn said, you're just gonna follow them to the best of your ability. The answer is no. In modern times, you can't follow these laws. You're not going to. Find me a Hebrew that does it. Where is he at?
Yes, and it required too many different puzzle pieces to be there for you to even do it.
Yeah.
As far as all of it, you can refrain yourself from killing somebody who don't deserve it. And if you can't, man, I think you deserve capital punishment. If you didn't have to kill somebody and you did it anyway, out of rage or whatever. So that's why I keep leaning on the moral stuff. Man, all that stoning the lying virgin girl and stuff like that, I think was more of a cultural deterrent. It was trying to deter the people because first of all, the father was supposed to be there. He was commanded to be talking, giving these instructions since like all day, all night, always on his lips supposed to be these instructions. So the girls are supposed to be raised up in this culture, and they shouldn't even want it to be like whores or anything like that. And if they did do something, the Torah tell them not to bear false witness. So all they had to do was just be honest with the man. The man might have still chosen, but the fact that I can't excuse the law, but it's supposed to be some kind of deterrent. Like, you're going to get a whole bunch of years if you get caught with that, a whole bunch of crack, but not so much with cocaine or whatever, or not so much with marijuana or whatever. So you might be, you know what I'm saying? So these things are supposed to be deterrents. That don't mean that's always what happens. But yeah, you can't apply them all to nah, it ain't gonna work. It's like how people look at the Middle East and say, you can't be over there telling women they gotta cover up everything but their eyeballs. That's not fair. You know, it's against and all that. And you might be right, but those women live in that society, you know, and if they ever break free from it, and they can come over here and wear skinny jeans and halter tops, you know what I'm saying, and do what they want. But as long as they're in that society over there, they have no choice, because they execute their laws over there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
How did you brought that out, Corey? Do you agree with that, Matt? Do you agree with the laws over there in that other country? That do you think that they should change them?
You talking about Sharia law in Muslim countries that follow Sharia law?
No, laws such as, you need to dress a certain way if you're gonna be around here. How do you feel about that?
No, not to the degree that we see it inside of Muslim cultures. But I do feel like you should have some type of dress code. Like, I don't think people should be able to, get naked and walk inside of a McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? So I think there should be decency laws like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. In my opinion, I personally feel like laws have to be evolving because society evolves and it changes. If you notice, most of the time, whenever laws are created, it's created based off a situation that has already arisen inside of society. So a lot of times, what you see as laws is trying to regulate the behavior of the people. And then when the behavior of the people change or their situations change, then the laws have to change and adapt with it. Huh?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So my whole thing about it is, I personally feel like any law that locks you into an unchanging law, you have to do away with that. You know what I mean? Because you have to be able to change and adapt as society moves forward. Now, I'm not going to say that every single law I see in the Bible is wrong, because some of those laws that you see in the Bible, they exist right now today, and they function in a sense of keeping society in check and in whole. But even when we talk about the dietary laws, bro, I don't think that should be like a law. Like, I don't think that it should be a punishable offense for me to eat what I want to eat. So I understand what you guys are saying, and it may just be because I'm used to the freedoms of America. But some of those laws, like you can only eat this and eat this and eat this, it doesn't really make sense to me. Now, if somebody was to say, oh, this particular if how an individual is preparing their food, if that could be harmful to the public based on, them getting their health department visits and things like that, when the health department come in, if they're doing things unsanitary, yeah, you got to have laws to regulate how this food is being prepared and disseminated to the rest of the people. But my whole understanding is laws have to be able to be changed, and I don't think that we could take any culture's laws from 3,000 years ago and apply them to right now today. Hell, I don't think we could take American laws, and all you brothers are African American like me. I don't think we could take the laws from 300 years ago and apply them right now today, because we'll be in a whole hell of a lot of trouble. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think laws are meant to stay the same. I think they are meant to evolve and adapt with society. But directly to your question, Blackburn, I don't agree with a woman has to be covered up all but her eyeballs, but people can't walk up and down the street butt naked neither. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be some type of, you got to have some type of laws that's geared around what's decent and what's appropriate.
Let me, okay, so boom, decent, appropriate, and appropriate. I was going to ask, why can't people walk around naked?
Oh, you're asking me? That's real. I thought that was a hypothetical and you was going to keep going.
In my mind, but why can't, what's wrong with the human body? Can some places the women are topless, everybody just has covering their bottom half, right?
Yes. Yes, yes,
What's,
yes.
you know that, but I mean, why? What's wrong in society with people being naked?
Okay, I personally don't feel like individuals should be able to walk around naked because, for one, I don't think that me, my wife, nor my children should be forced to see individuals, walking around naked. It's just as simple as that. To me, it seems indecent, and it seems perverse in a certain sense to me. So I don't agree with that at all.
Excellent, man. You know why? That's something natural. See, and that's what I'm talking about. These universal moral laws. These are natural things that you know. So for whatever reason, they said Adam and Eve didn't feel no shame or something like that, and then but now Adam and Eve will feel a whole lot of shame. A man and his wife will feel shame, even if they're attractive people. Excuse me. They'll feel shame to walk around naked, and it's a shameful thing. And the Torah speaks on this. A brother shouldn't uncover the nakedness of his father or his sister or his mother, and that goes all the way around the family. So if it's like that, then we're looking at each other, aunties and uncles and sisters and daughters, of course that's perverse. These are things we naturally know in our spirit if we got any kind of moral compass. And that stuff you can find in the Torah. See, so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's why I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't disagree with every single law that's written in there, But what I've experienced, especially dealing with people, not necessarily Christians, because y'all know that whole debate. They don't feel like they have to follow the law. But most of the time with Israelites, and that's why I picked this topic, because I know you brothers' background. I felt like we could have a full discussion. They in their conversation is they advocate the entire law, right? And as soon as if I was to say to them, well, some of those laws I think make sense and are good and can be applied today, but the rest of them, no, and I think we need to just leave that 3,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. Then they're going to tell me that, oh, the law can't be changed. This law came from God. It's all or nothing. It's like an all or nothing type of vibe. And so it's that all or nothing aspect that some people approach the Torah laws with that I disagree with. Now, I'm all for the picking and choosing. Eat the fish, spit out the bones. You have to use what works and what's applicable, because what Ricky pointed out was a great point, and I know you guys agree with this as well. Some of those laws it's impossible to even follow, but it almost seems taboo or against the culture to say that those laws aren't relevant. If you word it like that, you're going to be in a problem, and you're going to have to argue and you're going to have to debate. But because it feels like people are, what they're really saying is, okay, well, no, you know what, we can't follow those laws right now, but at some point all of this is going to be reenacted, and we are going to be strictly adhering to those laws that are in the Torah. That's almost like the vibe I get. Like, even though we're not doing it now, we're going to get to a point to where we're going to be strictly adhering to these laws. None of these other laws that you're talking about matter. None of this other stuff matter. And some of the punishments for some of these laws, that's another thing that I kind of look at it sideways. Like, damn, man, you can get killed, for certain stuff. Now, I know capital punishment isn't always the ultimate crime. I mean, the ultimate punishment. But to even have that on the table with some things. And like I say, let's get into this, like the dietary law. I know both of you brothers agree with the dietary law. Do you really feel like, because we're calling it a law in modern society right now today, right? If I want to eat bacon, should that be illegal? Like, murder is illegal, theft is illegal, eating bacon should be illegal. Like, there should be legal ramifications if I choose to eat bacon.
And so that's a misconception, brother, because
And I'm gonna step in on that one too when you finish, Corey, because
Okay.
like you just said, that's a misconception.
Okay, yeah, break that down, fam.
ramifications. What the scripture says is it's an abomination. So what that means, it makes you unclean. You're not set apart. You better not walk behind in that temple smelling like no bacon grease. You know, you can go do secretly what you want to do, but you are considered unclean. There's nothing about you gonna get stoned, you're gonna get brought in front of the council. That's something that have to do with your health and your cleanliness, as far as holiness, which means set apartness in Hebrew. So you can't be walking up in the temple and you're unclean. You're a leper, or you've been eating a rat or something like that. You see, so it's nothing that comes with some kind of punishment, more than just the punishment you're doing to your own body.
Oh, I'm walking out now.
And moreover, besides what it does to the body health-wise, eating the things that are unclean, that all the unclean animals, if you look at them, they're scavengers, they're bottom feeders, they're one or the other, depending on if they're in the water, if they're in the air, on the land. They have an economical purpose, not economical, a ecological purpose. You see what I'm saying? If you wipe out the population of the pigs was there to root out the rats, and they were there for a purpose, and now mankind's putting them on the plate. So they're doing a double disservice because they're poisoning their bodies, and then they're taking away the living garbage cans that I made, or the living trash compactors that I created. I didn't create them for you to eat. You can damn near tell what animal you can eat based on how it lives and how it eats.
So why is it called a law? Like when people talk about the laws as if so I don't have to follow the dietary law. Like I don't get it now. Like that's not a law.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. When it comes to the Torah, mm-hmm. and I know that you are very studied in particular, but there's a giant misconception of judge, verdict, and sentence. If you read the Torah, you will see maybe one person, maybe two, being stoned to death for violating the law. When you get pulled over, for example, I'm just using that as an example, a lot of people can testify, well, I didn't get a ticket, or I didn't get harassed, or I didn't get this. And granted, we live in America, so we know about the racial injustice of the justice system and the laws. But the reality of it is, there was so much that went into play in regard to punishing someone. So this whole, we were stoning people left and right, that's a myth. That has no factual evidence to it whatsoever. A lot of things were, you are just unclean. For an example, a woman on a cycle was unclean. She wasn't sinful. She was just on a cycle. And what that meant was that you can participate in priestly duties or go into priestly surroundings when you on your time of the month. That's all that meant. A woman that just gave birth, based on the blood, she was unclean. After she gave birth, she didn't commit any sin or anything of that nature. It was just simply she was unclean based upon that. Now, abomination. He's saying it's an abomination to you. Like Corey said earlier, these are instructions. And he is giving you a menu. America has a menu. America has dietary laws. It's certain meats that you can't put on the grill. It's certain things you can't buy, kill, and cook and barbecue. It's against the law. It's against America. That's why they have an FDA. So when God said, stay away from the pork and the this and the that, it was a law. You can go barbecue your dog, but that's not how it works in America, and that's not how it worked in that land. And when that law, like you just said today, is very valuable. It's extremely valuable to our people. Our people are one of the most unhealthiest people in the world. And unfortunately, if you bring up not eating pig, they're going to go off on you.
But
As a church, pastor got the ham in the oven.
But see, when we think dietary law, we always think what you can't eat, what you can't eat. But think about the dietary law even says not to eat fat. Now you tell fat tastes good, okay, on some meat. I understand.
How you know that, brother? You been eating that fat? No, I'm messing with you.
Yeah, you're right. I've had fat before. Boy, I done ate. What? Man, say, look, we ain't supposed to drink blood or eat fat. It's
okay,
something.
before I respond, oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry, finish.
No, I'm just saying, we talk about high cholesterol. We see that's a word now, high cholesterol. Those are fatty deposits inside your arteries or whatever. Well, if you're eating a big old hunk of fat on steak, you know, what do you think you're putting in your body? You see, so you can do it. It's a twofold thing, man. You could be unhealthy if you want to, but you're not.
If you want to.
Okay, leave y'all mics open for a second. I got a couple of quick questions before I frame my response. So when you answer, don't take 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. I just want to be clear, right? So you're saying that some of the laws, the commandments that came from Yah, some of those you have to follow or be punished, and some of those you don't have to follow if you don't want to. Is that what y'all saying?
What I'm saying, some of those laws didn't come with a punishment.
That's what I'm saying. So you didn't have to follow it if you didn't want to. You could choose.
You can, yes, you can. But then it goes on to, for an example, if you decide to eat that pig fat and you walk in the temple, then you're in violation.
Okay, one more question before I go on. Okay, does it say anywhere in the text that you can eat anything you want to eat? Does it tell you that?
When you say in the text, do you mean in the instructions of the God of the Hebrews?
Yeah. I'm dealing with purely the Bible right now.
No, because that's why there's a dietary law or dietary instruction.
Okay, so where y'all? All right, my first question was answered saying that you could eat anything if you wanted to. Where are you getting that idea from if you're not getting that idea from the text is what I'm trying to figure out. Where is that idea coming from?
What I'm saying is there are dietary instructions. A man can do whatever he wants to. You can sleep with your daughter. You know, see, there's free will is what I'm saying. You can do what you want.
Does it ever tell you, does the text ever tell you not to eat those things?
Yes, it does.
So how can you guys tell me that I can? That's a serious question. What are you guys telling me I can eat anything I want to eat if the dietary laws?
Watch this. Are you in covenant with the God of the Hebrews?
Inside of the framework of the conversation, we all know I'm not, but But again, I'm going back to the conversation. We're talking about these laws being applied today. So I'm trying to understand these laws. So under Torah, you guys just said I can eat anything I want to eat. Now I'm asking, is that just what y'all are telling me, or is it somewhere where you getting this from? I honestly never heard that you could eat anything. I thought the dietary law was just that. You eat this, or you know.
It is, but guess what?
In trouble.
Say law. We English. We thinking about law, like speed limit, right? Law. But that's not what this is. This is instruction. This is instruction. So
that make it worse. So God tell you don't eat something, and now you're telling me I can, bro. That's what it sounds like.
We've accepted
instruction.
Well, you kind of breaking up, Coy. I don't know if that's just me. Is Coy kind of breaking up to y'all?
Only going to that. It's only going to that one.
Yep, I hear something in the background.
Okay. Well, Ricky, you ain't said nothing in a while. Okay, Ricky, please chime in on this because it sounds like they're saying that you can eat anything, and I'm wondering how can they say that if I've always heard that this is the dietary law, this is what you are supposed to eat, everything else is unclean.
No. The problem is you were supposed to hear this is not what you're supposed to eat. Everything else is clean. Every fish in the ocean is clean with the exceptions of this. Everything on land is clean with the exceptions of that.
But you're telling me I can eat it, bro. That's what's confusing me. You just said I could eat whatever I want to eat. So why even?
No. Wait a second. I didn't say you can eat whatever you want to eat.
Yeah, you did.
Because if you can eat whatever you want to eat, then you'll be able to go eat the bacon. That's what we're saying. You can eat everything you want to eat, except for the bacon, except for the lobsters, the shrimp.
But nothing would happen to me if I eat bacon, right?
No, nothing will happen to you.
So I can eat it, bro. I can eat it. It's just like if you tell me that, oh, I can kill somebody, or no, I can't kill somebody, but if I do kill somebody, nothing is going to happen, then you done took all the teeth out the law, bro. I can eat bacon.
No, it don't say.
If Moses saw me eating bacon, what would Moses do? Would he just look at me and say, now, Matt, you know you're not supposed to eat that, but, and go back to his tent? Like, he wouldn't do nothing?
Out of your mouth, or out of your hand, off your plate, or throw your plate on the ground and kick it in the dirt. That's all Moses might do.
He might get offended. He may not like it, but he can't stone you for it. He can't banish you for it. It's against his culture.
Wow. Okay, all right, tell me this. How do you
find no bacon over there?
I get it now. Okay, so tell me this. How do you know if it's 613 of these things? How do you know which one is a law and which one is just a suggestion?
That's a suggestion.
That's the dietary suggestion, bro. It's not a law.
And again, I'm gonna say this again. This 613 laws is where the problem come in, because you hear the word laws. The Torah literally means instructions. It doesn't mean law.
I'm not gonna let you do that. How do you know the difference? No, how do you know the difference?
Well, I'm glad you're recording that.
How do you know the difference?
What do you mean, how do I know the difference?
Okay, you told me that it's nowhere. Wait. Let me explain. Because I asked a couple of questions to understand. You said it's nowhere in the text that says you can eat bacon, but it's somewhere in the text that says you can't eat bacon. So I want to know, how are you making the distinction between the law and the suggestion? Now, don't get caught up on the word suggestion. Okay, how do you make the determination between what's punishable and what's not? Let me say it like that.
Because it will come with the punishment. The punishment for eating bacon is you're eating an abomination. It's an abomination to you. Your punishment is your health. We're not going to stone you to death for eating bacon. We're not going to kill you for eating bacon, but you're damaging your health. I'm giving you a menu. But if you kill someone, the punishment for that is death. We will kill you.
Will I get killed if I eat something sacrificed to idols? Can I be punished for that?
Sacrifice to idols? What do you mean?
It's the law against eating things that were sacrificed to idols. If I eat something that has been sacrificed to an idol, is that a punishable offense, or is that like the dietary thing?
That may be a punishable offense, but I got to look at the law. I got to look and read. If it says it's a punishable offense, then it's a punishable offense. I don't have no problem with punishable offenses.
So you saying every punishable offense is mentioned in the text, and if the text doesn't mention the punishment, it's not punishable. Is that what you basically getting at?
Yes, it's not punishable. For example, stealing
punishable to where I'm going to kill you. If you steal, that does not mean I'm going to kill.
Wait,
That doesn't mean that.
there's no punishment for theft, bro? Are you kidding me?
No. What I'm saying, there's no capital punishment.
No,
We're
I'm just
not
dealing with
gonna
anything,
stone you because
any
you stole
punishment now. No, don't muddy it. I'm just talking about any type of punishment. Like I don't know how all Israelites punish each other. You know, like I don't know, maybe you punish where you gotta sit outside. I don't know what all the punishments are, so I'm not even gonna hypothesize. But if you steal, something happens, right?
Yes.
Matter of fact, okay, give me a rundown. If I'm in America, I can be arrested, I can be fined, I can have my license revoked, I can go to prison, I can do state jail time. Just give me a quick rundown of some of the punishments other than debt, because I have been harping on debt. What else might happen to me if I break these laws?
If you steal something out of my house, if you steal $100 out of my house, you owe me $500.
Okay, keep going. I need just so I can have some context.
If you let me see. Like for example, the Bible says, "Thou shalt not covet." How can you prove that I'm coveting someone? That's a heart issue. So that has absolutely nothing to do with a particular punishment. If you had a slave, for an example, you're supposed to let the slave go at a certain time after they paid their debt, which was actually a debt that they had to pay. There were certain things within the law. Everything wasn't punishable about that.
Hey, put your mic closer to your mouth, bro. You're getting kind of low.
Oh, hold on. I don't have a list in front of me.
All right, I respect that. Hey, Ricky, wait a minute. Before we move on, Ricky, I need you to chime in on this dietary thing, because I'm assuming you've always heard what I've heard, bro. Did you know that you don't really got to keep the dietary law if you don't want to? I think you brothers is making that up, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe that. I don't believe y'all, man. Did you know what's your thought about the dietary conversation, Ricky?
I actually like the dietary law, yeah, but to be punished for it, I have heard these two, well, mainly I haven't heard Coy say it. I have heard Blackburn say that, hey, if you don't got nothing to eat, you know, eat your pork chop, and then you know, I've also heard him say you don't have to eat it, but I don't agree with the law. Like okay, it is healthy, but I don't think it should be punishable. You know what I'm saying? Like, to punish somebody for eating bacon, I disagree with it. You shouldn't be punishing people for what they eat, but after reading the dietary law, it is kind of healthy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, see, it kind of has me like in between and biased sometimes, because at the same time, I do know people who eat pork who is almost 100 years old. You know, so it may be healthy, but it all falls back on the person and who you are, because I mean, I know people who's 96 and 97 years old who eat bacon every morning, you know? So eating pork, I mean, scientifically it does show that it's unhealthy for you, but at the same time, you got people who's almost 100 years old eating it. So the decision is just yours, man. I don't eat pork because of health. I like my health, but should a person follow the dietary law of the Torah? It's really up to them and their decision, man. I can't say any better than that. You know, that's how I look at it.
Okay, in this modern society, we comprehend what laws are right now today. Do you guys, if y'all had y'all way, would it be a legal law on the books to only eat these items? Like if you had the control, would you ban people from importing pork because you can't eat pork? Like, would you force your society to strictly adhere to that? Or would you allow them to be able to go to the grocery store like ATB, Food King, Kroger's, like we do right now, and pick and choose? Or would you regulate the items that these grocery stores sold so that the people could be in line with Yah's command?
I wouldn't do that. I think everybody should be able to live their own life and eat whatever they want. You know, once you start saying, "Hey, you can only eat this because our God says this," now you trying to control them, and you know, I don't think the only person you can control is yourself. You can't control nobody else. So I wouldn't. I'll like the pig farmer. Like, I watched a documentary on this guy. He owned like a pig bacon farm. You know, he sold pork products, and that boy said, "We feed the world." You know, we feed the world, man. So, hey, keep cutting up the pig, keep making bacon, pork chops, whatever, chitlins, whatever. You let that man make his money. Let people eat what they want to eat, and don't force them to follow a diet that you say your God say follow. Not everybody want to follow your God or that diet, you know? So I believe in freedom. People should choose what they want. I wouldn't force nobody to eat a particular diet. You eat what you want to eat. Is your life. As long as you happy eating.
Well, you do understand that goes on right here in America right now, right?
No, it don't.
That goes on in every single country. Yes, it does.
What?
You cannot eat whatever you want to eat here.
Yeah, you can.
Eat a lot of things here.
Cook no
Oh,
barbecue.
you can't.
Can't cook you a barbecue.
Wait, would y'all regulate the grocery stores to sell the dietary law product?
The same way.
That's what I want to know.
Yes, I would regulate it. In a modern society, it's regulated, and I will regulate it today.
But watch this. Hold on. If we're talking about the kingdom of Israel established on earth, we can't. It never was a worldwide thing. It always was within a community or a nation. Okay, so the pig farmer, the pig man, the man that has the pig meat in the market, he wouldn't make no money in this community. So he would take his shops.
Would you regulate HEB and Kroger's, brother?
HEB
yes,
and
I would.
Yeah, would you regulate what they were allowed to sell on their shelves to be in line with the Torah?
If I was the ruler of...
Yes, I would regulate it.
I would have to.
Okay, now, bam, I'm glad you guys said that. Now, if you regulating this, what would you do if you found somebody bootlegging bacon? I'm just curious. If you found somebody bootlegging bacon, like, hey, what would you do to the bootlegger, bro?
I'm shutting their business down. I don't know.
Me too. That's what I'm doing.
No, it ain't no. Man, that's an eye for an eye. You know, they didn't. I don't know, man.
I'm shutting it down.
But that's cold, man. Bro. You gonna shut down my baby?
You just lost out. You just lost out.
It's like,
okay, let me ask you this. What if you found somebody out here serving bat soup, Rick?
Selling what?
Bat soup.
People in China eat it all the time.
I'm saying here.
That's their business.
Nah, you're not here. No, it ain't.
You ain't gonna make no bald eagle suit. You'll never find
Illegal.
illegal.
Exactly. That's the same word I'm gonna use. It's illegal here. Get out of here. So my thing is, if it's gonna be illegal in the country, why
Nobody's ever eaten.
why would it be such a problem with making it illegal today? There's many foods that you just can't eat today.
No, it's not a problem. I just wanted to I just wanted to hear.
As a
what
matter of fact,
you
you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna check to see if they actually sell puffer fish. If you can actually buy puffer fish and eat it here in America. I don't
I
think you
just wanted to
can.
hear what you would say, brother. That's all. That's all, brother. That's all. Oh, no big deal. You know, no big deal. That's good, man. We actually done covered a lot. We're probably gonna wrap it up in about the next 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But we have covered a lot. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, because we're gonna do this again. Now, some of this stuff that y'all bringing up, when we have a Christian debate, or not a debate, or the Christianity discussion, just know some of this stuff gonna come back to haunt you, man. Some of this stuff is gonna come back to haunt you, man. And I don't want to get too deep into that, because I know when I mention Christianity, y'all start chomping at the bit, you know, y'all.
Hold on. Where's the button
So
first to make the
I'm not
laughing
defending.
emoji?
For the record, I'm not a Christian, but sometimes I defend it for the discussion. So, but I'm not gonna defend it right now. Right now, I just wanna look at these laws. So as we kind of winding this down,